Good morning and welcome back to Mobility Matters. I'm your host, Javier Betancourt, Executive Director of the Citizens Independent Transportation Trust, or CITT. We're the quasi-independent agency of Miami-Dade County charged with overseeing your half-penny sales tax for transportation. You can learn more about us on our website, miamidade.gov/CITT. So that half penny, as we've discussed many times on this program, pays for a wide variety of mobility improvements, including bicycle pedestrian improvements and trails. And so, that is a key part of our mobility network and on our transportation system, and one in which the county is actively investing in projects and programs. We've discussed the underline on this program many times before and other trails. And today I'm excited because we have one of the key professionals at Miami-Dade County working on these things here today as my guest. We have Alejandro Zizold. Alejandro, welcome to the program.
Hi, good morning, everybody. And Javier, thank you for inviting the Parks Department to participate in this podcast. Thank you so much. I'm Alejandro Zizold. I'm with the Miami-Dade County Parks Department. Yes. I'm the Chief of Parks Planning, Research, and Grants. And very happy, excited to be here with you.
And happy to have you on. You presented before the CITT not too long ago. You did a great job. So we're like, hey, let's have you on the program and speak, to these wonderful projects you're involved in. I don't think a lot of people know that Parks and Recreation is involved in planning and building out these trails, right? That's often associated with the Public Works Department, who, of course, is involved in the underline and some other things. But tell me why it is that Parks is working towards these trails.
Definitely, and that's a great question, Javier. Parks, I don't know how many of the viewers have heard of the Miami-Dade County Parks, Recreation, and Open Spaces Master Plan. This is a document that was developed with the community back in 2008. We met with the community, and the community was asking, how can we make Miami-Dade County better? How can we improve it, right? So together with the community, the department set on a goal of seeing what the cities that everybody likes to go visit, cities like New York, Chicago, Boston, what do they all have in common? And what came out of it is that they all have a great parks system. Mm-hmm. So with that in mind, the department, with the community, we set out to establish and create the Open Space Master Plan, a vision of an interconnected system of parks in Miami-Dade County, a vision that has principles like beauty. Everything that the civic sector does, the public sector does, has to have an aesthetic value and provide beauty to the area. Seamlessness, all of the amenities within Miami-Dade County should be connected regardless of jurisdiction, right? Whether you are in an unincorporated Miami-Dade County or in an incorporated area, you should be able to transition and move from one to the other seamlessly and not even notice there's a difference from one to the other, right? Also, access. Everybody should be able to have access to great parks and great open spaces and great programs within those facilities, right? Regardless of whether you are in the north, central, south, east, or west side of the county. Multiple benefits. Parks not only provide for recreation, that's one of our roles, but something that became very evident during the pandemic a few years ago, right, is how parks were also used for food distribution centers, for vaccination centers, also for testing sites. So that's all part of the multiple benefits, for example, that a parks system can provide. And those are principles that we follow and are implemented throughout every time we're looking at the parks system. Also, the park system is not only does not only include parks, right? Yes, great parks, great open spaces, great public spaces like the areas and the plazas in front of a town hall, right? A city hall or a library. Also, cultural areas like environmentally endangered lands, preserves, right? Those are the cultural value of our community. And also all of these tied together through greenways and blueways, greenways being the trails, blueways being our canals, and also complete streets with talk about complete streets, those are streets that not only move vehicles, but also move pedestrians and bicycles in a safe manner.
Right.
So that's all that's encompassed here in the master plan. Of course, one of the main goals of the master plan is making sure that the public realm is appealing, has a park-like appeal. And the moment that you walk out of your house, you're able to reach a park within a 10-minute walk of it. So that's something that we're also aiming towards.
Excellent. And we should note that if people are interested in learning more about the master plan, it is available on your website, right? So they should go to miami-dade.gov to the Parks, Recreation, and Open Spaces Department webpage, and it'll be prominently featured somewhere on there, right?
Definitely. Yeah. Yes. You'll be able to look at it online at our website.
I have reviewed it. It's a great plan. So great
Thank
work
you.
on accomplishing that. And now, of course, a plan is wonderful. I'm an urban planner. I love planning, but everyone wants a plan to turn into reality ultimately, right? Otherwise, it just sits on the shelf and collects dust. So you are now actively involved, I know, in trying to implement some of the elements of the plan. Let's focus for a second, if we can, on trails, on greenways, and even blueways, and how that fits into the larger mobility picture. So what are some of the trails that are in the plan and are actively kind of being developed or even under construction?
Great question. For example, I don't know if you've heard about the Miami Outer Loop and the Miami Inner Loop, right? Those are, and in total, there's about 225 miles just on those loops. The Outer Loop being a system of trails that surround the exterior of the county, right? And those could be those are the Chrome Trail, for example, Biscayne Everglades Greenway that we're working on implementing together with the city of Homestead. Chrome was done by FDOT. Also includes the Atlantic Trail, Snake Creek on the north. So it's a system of all the trails that go throughout the perimeter and also the connectors between them, right? And then there's the inner loop, which those include the Ladlam Trail, which I'm sure we'll expand a little later on that. Also the Underline, which it's now in development. Phase 3 is being developed. It's awesome. And also the Miami River Greenway and the future perimeter trail by the airport, and of course the extension out through the Rickenbacker to all the way to Billbacks Park.
Wow, so that's a lot, right? And I guess they're all in different stages of either development. Some are already existing.
Correct.
There are components of this already in place, right?
And
so we're just trying to fill the gaps.
Yes. Overall, we envision a total of over 550 miles of trails within Miami-Dade County. About 190 have already been developed, and that's, of course, with our partners, the Florida Department of Transportation, for example, the DTPW, Department of Transportation and Public Works, and, of course, the TPO, plays a big part and component throughout all this coordination.
Yeah, it takes a lot of partnerships and as you said, a lot of coordination. These are, they seem like simple projects, but they're really not because they cross so many jurisdictions. There are just so many issues involved, right?
Yes, and for example, some of our partners also include the South Florida Water Management District, where we develop on their canal right-of-ways. So it's a lot of
whales to trails, as we like to say.
Yes, exactly. You nailed it. Yes.
All right, so you mentioned Ludlam Trail, so let's go ahead and talk about it. It's a project that's near and dear to my heart. I live one property off of the Ludlam Trail. When I bought my house 20 plus years ago, we were already talking about it. It's one of the reasons I purchased my home. And so, here we are. We're still working towards it, but the good news is I think we have all the pieces in place to make it work. And I know your department has been spearheading those efforts. So what is the Ludlam Trail? And where is it in its stage of development?
Excellent. So the good news is that we are currently in the design phase of it. We already did the land acquisition. We did the pre-planning phase of it. The Ludlam Trail is going to be a 5.6-mile corridor north of Northwest 7th, all the way down to 80th by Dayland. And it's envisioned as an iconic corridor where one will be able to bike through from north to south and connect different areas, right?
And this is along generally 69th Avenue, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. And one will be able to connect schools. We're going to be able to connect parks. We're going to be able to connect neighborhoods and also commercial hubs to transit. So it's not only envisioned as a recreational corridor, but it's an alternate mode of transportation.
Absolutely. And that's why I'm excited about it, right? So my kids are likely going to go to South Miami High School next year for the Arts Magnet. So hopefully
Congratulations.
they get in. We'll know on March 15th. And that would be the best way for them to get there, you know, because again, we're right on the trail. They could take that. There are going to be bike ped bridges, right, over a lot of the major arterials, including Bird and Coral Way. And they land right at the school, which is also on the trail. So I can certainly envision how people will use that, not just for recreation, but to get to school, to get to work, to get to transit.
Yes.
Right.
And you mentioned bridges. Yes, there's going to be 4 pedestrian overpasses. We're working close with the Florida Department of Transportation for them to design and construct the bridges on behalf of the county. So that's a collaboration, a partnership that we are
that commitment's already been made. The funding is in place.
Yes. So then there's also going to be 11 at-grade crossings for which we also are going to be partnering and working with DTPW, the Department of Transportation and Public Works, to implement those. One of I'm going to go back to FDOT and the bridges. They're actually doing 3 for us out of the 4. The 4th one is being worked on by the developer of the Coral Way node. So he's taken that challenge on of designing and building the bridge for the county. In addition to that, there's going to be 2 pedestrian bridges over canals. So it's very extensive. And the good thing is that, as I mentioned earlier, we're right now in the design phase. I cannot say much about it because it's in the cone of silence. So, but we anticipate having a designer on board by the end of the year.
And what is the projected opening date, let's say, for this trail?
Well,
I know all this takes a lot longer than people, I think, sometimes anticipate because it's very complex. We have to go through processes.
Correct.
So it's not opening tomorrow, right?
No, it's as you said, it's a process. We're moving forward. There's a lot of stuff that it's been done as back of house, right? So my one not see that things are happening, but they are. Like the procurement process. We anticipate that we'll have a consultant on board at the end of the year. Let's say they start early next year, and it'll take about a year from 2026 to 2028 to design and permit it all. Also includes various events of public involvement. Public involvement is going to be key through the actual design of the trail. So that's going to be great. All the different neighborhoods and residents are going to be able to continue to share their vision and their ideas for the LATAM Trail. And we can say that we can anticipate starting construction late 2028. And construction, of course, is going to have to be phased. So it will run through 2031, I believe. And I would imagine that shortly after 2028, I would say probably 2029, we will be having a segment already opened.
Right.
I'm anticipating that. Of course, anything can happen, but that's their goal, right? To start by 2028, start implementing, constructing, and have it in phase so that phases can start to open as others continue.
And I know, one of the complicating factors is, of course, that this was a former railroad, right?
Yes.
That was then purchased by the county. A great example of a public-private partnership. There were deals made to allow for development in certain nodes, which is great because those developments then feed the trail. And also, as you said, they're taking on some of the components of the project. So I think those are welcome. But as a former railroad, there is pollution on site that the county has to remediate, right? What is the plan for that? Are you just kind of shoveling dirt away, or what's the plan? Or to be determined?
No, it's a great question. And that's one of the reasons why, even before the county acquired the corridor, the prior owner, FECI, was asked to close it off from public use because of the remediation that needs to take place. The remediation is envisioned the design of it is envisioned to happen at the same time as the design of the trail occurs. and remediation efforts will actually also happen concurrently with the construction of it.
Okay. We don't know yet what that remediation is going to look like, whether we're getting rid of the soil or just cap and cover.
We don't have a design yet at this time, but it'll be taken care of. It's all going to be done in coordination with DERM, our Division of Environmental Resource Management. So it'll be done all in design at the same time.
Well, excellent. I'm really looking forward to that project. I've been waiting for it for a long time, so I'll be there for the ribbon cutting if you invite me. I would love to.
Definitely.
So Ludlam Trail is exciting. You know, it's had a long history. People are aware of it. What are some of the trails that may follow the Ludlam Trail that are kind of, you know, ahead of maybe some of the others that are still a little more long term?
Yes, we currently are working besides the Ludlam Trail on a few segments of the Snapper Creek Trail. Also,
where is that for people who may not know?
That's in the around the Dayland area, Dayland US 1 area. That's where the Snapper Creek Canal is, right? So there's a few segments of it that we're actually already in pre-design. We are working on that. We're also working on Biscayne Trail that should be going into construction shortly. Besides the Ludlam Trail, currently our trail projects total about $13 million. That is either that's going to take us from design through construction of those 4 different projects. We have about north of $28 million in awarded grants for trail development. So that includes, for example, the Biscayne Everglades Greenway. That's an exceptional trail that's going to connect 2 national parks, right? The only one in the nation. So that's exciting. And we are waiting on response on about 17 million in additional applications that we've submitted and that we're waiting on a response. That includes additional funding for the BEG, the Biscayne Everglades Greenway, as well as a study for Snake Creek Trail, which is in the north part of the county. So we're excited, and FDOT, the Florida Department of Transportation, is one of our big partners, as well as the TPO in all of this.
So you're really hitting every corner of the county, right? Kind of spreading the wealth, if you will.
Exactly. We're trying to see how we address the needs in the north, central, and south of the county throughout, whether it's in trail implementation or any other implementation or project that we do in our parks.
Excellent. Okay, so now let's head east a little bit.
Yes.
Actually, you see behind us, we have Biscayne Bay, and one of the most active corridors, if you will, or trails for bicyclists is the Rickenbacker Causeway. You kind of mentioned it earlier. And it's kind of been on and off, efforts to enhance that amenity for cyclists. I think the last thing I heard was something called Plan Z, and I don't know where that is today. So I don't know if it's your department or DTPW that's actively working on Rickenbacker, but if it is Parks and Rec, can you update us on what's happening there?
And you have it. I think you have it clear that it's been a collaboration between DTPW, the Department of Transportation and Public Works, and the Parks Department. The Parks Department oversees the recreational elements along the Rickenbacker. The Department of Transportation and Public Works, they really see the actual road improvements and the managing of the Rickenbacker. Right now, they're working on a master plan for the area, and that will also address how improvements to the trail happen. And we're part of that conversation. We're part of those discussions.
Okay, so that's being led by them. And
yes,
I'm sure there will be a ton of public involvement as part of that as well.
They have that as definitely.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, Alejandro, anything else you want to discuss?
Well,
about 2 minutes left in the program.
Well, I do ask everybody who has any interest to learn more about the Miami-Dade County Parks and Open Space Master Plan. It's your master plan, so please do go to our website, look at it. If there's any questions, please do reach out to the department. We're happy to answer and provide more information on the master plan. And we thank everybody for their patronage, not only of our trails, but of our parks, and the support that everybody provides to the Parks Department. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. And listen, I think I speak for most everyone when I say that there are we live in divisive times, but there are certain issues that bring people together. And certainly parks and recreation, it's not a partisan issue. Everybody loves parks. Everybody wants parks. Everybody appreciates the work that your department does.
Thank you.
And the other thing that people can gather around is frustration with our transportation network, right? And getting stuck in traffic. And so, your work in trails is really kind of, tackling two issues that everyone can agree on, right? So thank you for your work. Thank you for appearing on the program. I appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting us and having us here. Thank you so much.
You. And thank you for watching. Again, if you're interested in learning more about us, please visit our website, miamidade.gov/CITT. If you're interested in learning more about parks, recreation, and open space, of course, visit their website, miamidade.gov, and then I'm not sure what the rest of that is, but you'll be able to find it under departments. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you again soon.